Sloss and Humphries on the road.
Muggins and cream and Muggins, straight thuggin', living the dream.
That's our intro.
Fucking muggles.
Tickling the clit inside your head that makes you laugh.
Do you still celebrate birthdays when you're dead?
I mean, you don't.
No, not personally.
Aye.
But
like, if you're dead, you don't celebrate your own birthday.
But
do people still celebrate dead people's birthdays?
Because, like, he didn't...
Is that the question?
You know what? I think, like, I didn't think they'll celebrate the birthday. I think it'll be like, you'll have a drink in their name.
Aye.
Like, he didn't celebrate my birthday when I was alive. I'm talking in past tense, like I'm already dead here, right? This is Kai from Beyond the Grave.
It's not that I didn't celebrate your birthday, it's just before Gareth, I had nobody to remind me that it was your birthday.
That is true.
Aye. That's the number one reason I can say to get into relationships. A lot of people will tell you it's about finding someone that loves you for who you are, to give you confidence, to carry on and spread your seed and so on and so forth. But honestly, it's someone that can remember dates. That is the number one thing I've benefited.
It's the admin, isn't it?
Oh my god, she's just so good at organising
It's
things.
a fucking bionic file of facts.
Aye, that's got a real sick puss.
Aye.
Wait, did you say bionic?
Bionic? Like, electronic file of facts would just be your phone. A bionic file of facts would be like a human being.
No, that's not what bionic is.
Like biomechanics.
Aye, but she's not that's just...
Here we go, conspiracy theorists. We're not all robots. We're not all robots for the miracle of life. There is a God. Shut up, man. We're a creation by an alien species.
Well, then surely that's what... They would be our gods if they created us.
They're cultivating us. The world's a petri dish.
Right.
We're still in the, we're still in the development phase. As soon as we're ready...
This is the development phase.
We're not finished. We are not finished. You think we're finished?
No, but like if there's aliens looking through some sort of giant intercosmic...
We are single-celled organisms to them.
We're recording a podcast.
Aye, they're looking at it, we're going, oh look, they've come on leaps and bounds since we planted them on this earth and they created fire.
Did when you were setting up this podcast, did you have to make it so that we were fucking holding each other's dicks?
Oh yeah, aye. on the arms across the... Well, really cosy. Anyone, I'll just describe the situation to anyone that's listening to the podcast, which is the majority of you, because people are watching this on YouTube too, and they can see that me and...
YouTube too? There's a sequel.
YouTube too. To you, to Tube.
Oh no!
Yeah, we're in a hotel room. It's a nice hotel in York, and there was like a throne in the corner of the room. Like a kind of...
Just a big red chair.
A big red chair. Like, you know, if I was on... this is the type of chair I'd sit in to offer you a red pill or a blue pill.
Really? Because I feel like if anyone's watching at all on YouTube too, that we just look like we're really big fans of Taskmaster.
Yes.
And are just recreating the setup of the show.
Aye. So I had a
bigger microphone.
I had a throne in my room.
And
Daniel,
less banter. What?
I think we'd be really good on Taskmaster.
I'm not famous enough to be on it.
And now will you hurry the fuck up?
Will
you just up your game?
I am.
Because I want to ride your coattails onto Taskmaster.
Would that be your number one show to go on?
Aye.
That or Total Wipeout. Like, I would have to go on Total Wipeout with a mask on. Because, like, if they were like, do you want to do the celebrity version? I'm like, absolutely not. I wouldn't do the celebrity version of, like, any show. But I'd go on regular Total Wipeout and just hope people didn't recognise me.
Aye.
Just
so you didn't want to be there as like, I'm raising this money for an orphanage and all that, and then you fall off and you're going, sorry kids.
None of
you fall off at the first hurdle and you're just soaking wet and you're just got shit-eating grin on your face going, sorry you didn't get your shoes. I hate that on celebrity charities.
I'm not doing Total Wipeout for the kids. I'm doing Total Wipeout for me.
Just for you.
Aye. And look, and if I do well, right, because I'll have honour about it. Like, if I do well in the show and I win the money, I'll be like, alright, look, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm actually international celebrity Daniel Sloss, and I'm already loaded. So I'm going to give this money away to a charity. Everyone's like, hey, I'm a good bloke at that point. And that's the way you spin it.
So you get like the charity's an afterthought.
Yeah. But then if I go out early doors, then nobody remembers me because I'm just that twat that went out early.
You weren't gambling on somebody else's money.
And also, anyone that's on a celebrity show is never a fucking celebrity. And I think the second even like any show that's like on ITV2 or fucking BBC3 or even sometimes fucking regular ITV, and they're like celebrity something island, and they're like, how is this the first time I've heard of six of them?
They're a celebrity from being on something like Big Brother, or they're a celebrity from being on something like Gogglebox, or they're a celebrity from being a non-celebrity that was thrust into the limelight.
A non-celebrity?
A non-nonce celebrity? Are there any other kind? Are there any other kind?
Like, I'm gonna be honest, as a now that I'm getting closer and closer up the grades of celebrity, I reckon I am getting closer to that fucking pedo circle. I've heard so much.
As a Z-list celebrity, you have instantly went in for the training wheels of a childlike girlfriend.
Aye, she's good.
So you're not A-list yet, but you're training up to be an A-list.
She's
celeb.
only childlike in her demeanor, she's a fully grown woman. But she is an idiot.
She cried at a puppy.
She did cry at a puppy, yes, she did cry.
Which is fucking rich coming from me.
Yeah.
but I brought my puppy around to your house.
You did. Oh, and the amount of people on Instagram, I guess not everyone listens to this podcast because I don't plug it all the fucking time. But in my head, everyone knows about this podcast. Because on Instagram, I posted the picture of the dog, and they're like, "Do you get a fucking puppy?" And I'm like, No,
you should know the backstory.
I know.
We've been selling this backstory across our social media channels for some time now.
We have, I think. I have. I've shared things.
This is like a month-long narrative.
Aye.
So everyone thinks that you had a cute puppy and you got all of the cute puppy love.
But everyone knows I've got a big fat cat who hates all other animals. And
your cat was that
not happy.
So Cara came in, made a fuss of the dog.
The dog came in and then Cara cried.
Yeah, it made a real fuss, and then we went outside. Because I'd been in the car for a while, so we're like, it's probably gonna need a pee.
Cara will cry at most times. Like just to say, Cara will regularly cry at animals. Cara cries at least once a day.
Cara's never cried.
Cara cries at least once a day because of just something random that Ray will do. And I know I've said this on the podcast before, but I need to call her out again because I know she listens to this. I love my fiance very, very much, but if one more time in my fucking life I'm watching a television show or reading a book, and she stops me what I'm doing by tapping me on the arm to point at a sleeping cat, I might have to throw her through something in the house.
That's a headbutt. That's an absolute headbutt. That type of behaviour wouldn't get you through the dating phase. If you'd done that on early dates, you'd be going, "Nah, she's got a gun. I can't put my finger on it. I don't know what it is. But I just."
Look, I get it, man, Ray's adorable, and every time I look over I'm like, yeah, that's my cat looking cute. I'm like, it could have fucking waited. During the day it's fine, because when I'm on the road, she just texts pictures, right? So she's doing the same thing then.
And I like that. I don't know if you're the same or if I'm just in the honeymoon phase when we pet, but I love the updates.
Do you think there's going to be a time in the future when you don't love your pet this much?
Well, surely she can't stay this cute, like.
Oh no, but you are. Oh, you're in for a deep, deep fall, motherfucker.
I still love me dog. Of course I will.
No, you're getting it the wrong way. But man, this is
it's just going to get worse.
Yeah, this is the least you'll ever love your dog, and I know that's insane to imagine. But this is every second after this, it's more and more. Like, I really got a shit one.
I really, really didn't want this to become a dog podcast.
Man, believe me, neither did I. We've been trying to speak about things for other episodes.
But let's just call September the dog month.
International Dogs Month.
I took Peggy to puppy school.
Aye.
And I thought it was a school for us.
But it's called puppy school. Are you a puppy?
Yeah, but it's like for how to teach your puppy, how to raise it, how to do
tricks. That's probably puppy skills class or puppy owner classes.
Alright, okay. I thought it was going to be like, we're with our puppy, there's other people with their puppies, and they'll teach us like little methods and all that, and they'll like interact the dogs together. And
you were hoping it was the other one so that you could make a joke about it, be like, so I went along to a puppy school. It's a class for us, by the way, not the puppies. Wouldn't that be ridiculous? And then
I think my dad got disqualified for a leak competition. It's not even a leak, like that kind of joke.
Aye.
So
one that they think is a pullback and reveal, but it was like through a thinly veiled curtain.
Yes.
Like I could see what was coming before.
So we were.
Why is my hand doing this? That's always the. Anytime you see a comedian who does something improv, I'm walking along with my girlfriend. She's not this height, by the way. Don't know why I did that. And you're like, yeah, you did. Yeah, you did that. 97 gigs ago, and it got a laugh, and now you're trying to recapture that.
I do that on set. I'm going to break the magic for anyone that's come to see us. In fact, I haven't been doing this.
I do it myself.
I haven't been doing this bit of material for the last few gigs as I've phased it out for some new. But there's a point in one of my routines where once I burst out laughing at the freaking ridiculousness of what I was saying, right?
Oh, aye.
And then so I corpsed. It's called corpsing when you laugh at your own shit on stage, right? And it is infectious. Other people laugh at you laughing at your own shit if it's legitimate.
Only
right?
only if you time it correctly.
If it's timed correctly. And I cut out of the bit, and I physically stepped out of the part of the stage where I was doing the bit.
Aye.
And I went, I've stopped doing stand-up comedy now, I'm just telling you about my day. Right? And it went down so well, and I stepped back into the bit on stage and continued the bit. And I was like, I'm going to try that again tomorrow. And I tried again tomorrow, and I've done it about...
And that, I was going to say that was 7 years ago. My one in...
It was improv once.
Aye.
It was a really fucking good bit of improv.
But again,
once.
man, that's I mean, this is when you'll get a debate with like fucking comedy purists and whatnot. But like, that's the whole point of comedy. Like for most of us, is trying to convince the audience that this is the first time you said it. That's half the fucking act. Like you can go on stage and look, if we were all as talented as Dave Chappelle, you could go on and just fucking riff most of the time, even though he doesn't fucking riff. He's just the master of it. But he's capable of riffing and still.
I always said it's the illusion of spontaneity. If they think that you've done that to every other crowd, they'd feel betrayed, even though deep down they know. But if you can give this illusion that you're pulling it out of the air live in the moment, they're willing to suspend their disbelief and lean into that illusion.
Because they're fucking idiots.
Aye.
Your room is freezing, by the way.
Aye.
Like, and I like a cold bedroom, but this is like.
But I'm notoriously a warm-up act, so it's kind of like I like to come into a cold room. I like to step into a cold room, Daniel. Like, yeah, your room's warm.
Right. So what you're
but
telling
only
me
because
is
I've already been in.
No. Let's let's
Don't dissect this one. Oh my god, this is a straw man fucking metaphor. No. The illusion. We're talking about illusions. That was a joke-oid. It had the illusion of a joke, Daniel.
But if you've been in this room for ages as the warm-up act, and it's still cold,
I'm not doing my job properly, am I? Yeah, this part of the room is a bit frosty. So I went to puppy class, right? And fuck me, I thought everyone had bought their like life-size dogs, because I turn up with this fucking minute little dog.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and she is. I've seen her now. She comfortably, like, you can pass her between palms.
Yeah, one hand to one hand. Pass over.
Yeah, there you go.
Man, there was 3 Great Danes, a German Shepherd, and a Doberman. And they were all
and then your chew toy.
And they were all 6 months.
So they just thought you brought along a toy for the rest of the class.
I was shitting myself because I was like, oh no, what, you know how like Peggy will sometimes just like mouth at you because like she's teething, and you have to let her know it's not good. Put a toy in her mouth.
Yeah, there's certain things that you're allowed to bite. There's certain things you're not allowed to bite.
The process, if they think they can bite everything when they come into the world, and you've got to teach them what they can bite and what they can't bite.
Yeah.
Right. And what if these dogs are still in that phase and they don't know not to bite Peggy? Because even just the nibbles is gone.
Well, she might. I get your fear, right? But to follow it through to the other end, she might come out whole on the other side.
That's true.
Like,
yeah.
she, you know, I mean, she'll be a little bit traumatized and certainly, you know, covered in stomach acid and at the very least a bunch of shit.
No, no, she just come to there and just start licking her paws like now it happened.
Just the Doberman dead confused. Why? I ate something, but I'm still hungry.
I'm still hungry.
It's this. Starts chasing.
Is this a Chinese dog?
Huh?
Chinese food, you eat it and you can feel like you can eat another one. Is that not a thing?
Right, okay, sorry.
So it's Chinese food, it wasn't racism, Daniel.
Not
everything about the Chinese is
That's
racism,
what I was
Daniel.
confused. I was like, first of all, what's the stereotype about Chinese people, and if they were dogs, they would be less hungry? Because they eat less. Oh, okay, I know, understand. We got there.
So, she just started sniffing around them. She didn't give a fuck. It was me that was bothered, right? And then, but I was like, I was giving her like a little sniff of them, and I was picking her back up. I wasn't, and then they came out.
Hold on, what?
I was picking her back up. I was like, I didn't want to leave her.
Hold on, were you marooning your dog around a fucking puppy class like a waiter with a fine bottle of wine, but like the opposite way around, just putting them around to different arseholes, being like, what about this one? Huh? Do you like that one?
This is a 12-week cover poo.
This is a 6-month-old Great Dane. Is this to your fancy? I can lift the tail up for you more if that helps. Yeah. Do you always check if it's been corked?
It has now. It's just been cocked. Just this second. So, I was a bit nervous about being around all these big dogs. She was the only girl as well.
Do you think that's oh, well, I guess it is. My mum always made sure that she got female pets because they're easier to train, she says, and also they just get less cunty at some point.
But they do stop bleeding when you stab them.
Dogs get periods.
Dogs
not
get
a lot
periods.
of people realize. I mean, dog owners do, but anyone that doesn't own a dog, that's always a big surprise to them.
I didn't know that. It makes sense now.
Yeah.
Personally, I thought they laid eggs. Dog eggs.
Aye.
I'm a dog egg omelette. Right. So they came out, the staff from the puppy class, and just took the lead and was like, take this as Peggy. I don't know how they worked it out.
Well, okay, so we got T-Rex, we got Bulldozer,
Riot,
Thunder Ribs, all here. And who could Peggy be?
Where is Peggy? Just looking, casting the gaze just over the top of her head. Peggy mustn't be here today.
She must be.
So they just took the lead and went, all right, see you at 12. It made Natalie's eyes just like, the welling up emoji.
Yes.
Our faces turned into the welling up emoji.
Yeah, that's the one Cara sends me whenever she sends pictures of Ray. It's always followed by that. Aye.
We were just like, she's just going to go in there alone. They're just going to come out and just give us the leash.
We are so sorry. Just comes like out the end of the rope in Jurassic Park. They're like, okay, the good news is we got back in contact with the farm. Oh no, they know us. They asked for the replacement special. This isn't the first time we've accidentally done this. We should learn our lesson. Maybe get less big dogs next time. Maybe we should just separate them into.
So I think that. So there's photos and there's videos and a report card coming my way.
A report card.
We'll get a report card.
Oh, so wait, how did our first class go? Did
So everyone, the dogs came out one by one, right?
like it was graduation.
And they got took to their owner, and they got told like a little bit about the dog and all that, right? And then Peggy came out last.
Oh,
and
God, that must have been terrifying.
It was, I think.
Just every dog just coming out with just bits hanging out their teeth, slightly fatter. Not a lot, but you can tell they've eaten.
I was like, either they've got bad news and they're just prolonging the agony, or like, me dog's got detention. Don't know how my dog's got detention, but they went, if I could describe Peggy in one word, it would be matey.
Oh. Okay.
Process that then?
Yeah. Well, I mean, the way I justify it already is the second worst UFC champion of all time was Mighty Mouse. So.
It's a very like, you can't have that ironically on and patronise me dog.
It's Mighty Mouse, the actual Mighty Mouse, aye. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, were they that mighty? Or were they beating up people in Lycra?
You're just putting on spandex.
Mm-hmm. Very few things called mighty are actually, now that you point it out.
Mighty white bread. Like you're hardly seeing the fucking mountain that rides eating mighty white, are you?
Termites, easy to kill.
Termites? Termites?
Termites, is aye, plural. One termite.
Termite, aye.
But like a bunch of termites.
What else is matey?
The pen is mightier than swords, but I don't know how that would fit
it's not
into the
really, is it?
No, nah.
We've already discussed this. Legs mightier than knives. Pens.
Legs mightier than knives.
I've just posted a video on it. That's why I remembered. When we were high in Amsterdam, I was saying I could kick me way out of a knife fight, and you disagreed.
I mean,
I didn't see this when we created the podcast, but when I'm telling everybody about how real tough I am in a knife fight, in hypothetical knife fights, you give the camera such a sarcastic look.
Oh man, you're not going to enjoy some of the clips I've done in this episode. Man, as somebody
I didn't know you'd been doing that stuff.
Man,
I didn't know you'd been giving knowing looks down the lens of the camera.
Man, this is my version of The Office here. Like, this is... Man, if you are somebody that steamrollers over all my jokes, I know there's no way you're ever picking up on any of my facial expressions.
That's a shame, that, because I just thought you were like, just a knuckle on your chin, just nodding away at everything I said.
Well, there weren't two gay people outside who I thought I was homophobic, so there was no need to be enthralled by the conversation.
That was very funny. Yeah, I thought I was killing it in conversation that day. We've been over it. We don't need to cover it again.
Mighty dog.
Joe Black.
Oh, he died at the end, didn't he?
Oh, did he go Harambe?
Was he
the Mighty Ducks?
Oh, well, they are by the end. But like, and also, I'm pretty sure they lose. There's like 4 movies, and they probably lose in half of them.
Mighty is only used for the underdog, isn't it?
Aye.
It's never used for like.
So therefore, in context, I guess that's why she used it for Peggy, is because
she was the underdog, quite literally.
Literally,
underneath file them blokes.
Yeah, aye.
So apparently she'd been like running and getting other dogs to chase her.
God, I hope she's pregnant. I hope you had the wrong fears.
I did. I'll try and have a period. Less cleaning up to do. Just more later.
Aye. She can't have had a period yet, can she?
Nah, it's about 6 months.
Aye, that's what I was going to say. Because I know like cats start ovulating dead early. Like cats can give birth at a frighteningly young age. And you're just like, oh, that's a bit. Ugh.
Aye, that's weird.
Like most cats are nonces.
Aye.
Oh, yeah.
Even in cat years.
Even in cat years. Yeah. Like they're banging like 12, 13-year-old cats.
Aye. Because we were, I was talking to Danny Mac and he was like, on about a 3-year-old dog and he was like, that's 21.
Aye.
So like, other nonsense even in like, if you take the cat years, if you take human consent laws and the cat years into equation, are they still nonsense?
Still nonsense. Like on our side and their side, they're all criminals. But
aye, I knew there was something up with them. Like,
I think dogs are a bit more. Oh, maybe they're not. I don't know. I've never fucked a dog.
We have a cat.
That's not what I said.
No. You alluded to it.
Huh?
It's the truth you omitted.
Agree to disagree.
So you say you've never shagged a pussy?
I've never shagged a pussy. Never seen one. I've seen one. Touched
Oh my god, that was fucking... We had Scotty D for about 5 minutes on I Have Never Seen Snatch. Were you not there?
No.
Were you not? Must have been Matty. I always get you two confused. Easy mistake to make.
Me and international celebrity Matthew Kelly.
He's known. He's
known for something. Beast.
Yeah, speaking of nonsense, it was someone mentioned the film Snatch, and Scotty D went, "I've never seen Snatch." And we're like, "You haven't seen Snatch?" He's like, "Nah." You would think it's something I'd be into, but nah, never seen it. I'd love to see it. And for like 5 minutes, he just spun on about how he'd never seen Snatch.
Worked on so many levels.
You know, the lead role in the main character in Snatch is called Turkish. Jason Statham.
I didn't know that, but
you didn't. And Jason Statham isn't the first thing that comes up if you Google Turkish Snatch.
Don't you fuck me with you.
I'm spotting your faces now. I see them.
Aye.
You know what though? I honestly believe that people that listen to the podcast can hear your faces that you're pulling.
You just think I've got very leathery skin.
You have got floppy skin, like.
No, I don't know what I said.
You are really interesting to look at when I was on acid the other day.
Aye, why did you do that?
On accident.
Well,
I took it under false pretenses, Daniel.
No, you didn't.
under my own self-implied false
There it
pretenses.
is.
Nobody misled me.
Nobody misled you.
I made an ass out of, not you, but I,
Yes.
by assuming.
Yep.
We had done our gig.
Mm-hmm.
It was wonderful
In Liverpool.
in Liverpool.
And I know we said we'd do a podcast with both Elliot Steele and Milo, but we didn't.
We didn't, and I'll tell you for why. We went to Paddy Pimlet's podcast studio and guested on his podcast on a crossover episode.
Yep.
So we have done a podcast for you. It's just on somebody else's platform.
Aye, but don't subscribe to his. Don't you fucking dare. You can watch it. You can watch his stuff. Don't you fucking subscribe.
Nah, give him a subscribe, but we can have some of his as well. We'll cross-pollinate.
No. Pick one or the other.
That was a fun podcast. That was the day after of my acid trip.
Yep.
So Elliot Steele had come with us. He was just feeling a bit down in the dumps, so as a pick me up, we're like, we'll get you at Heathrow, come with us to do the gig, jump on the set. So if anyone was at the Liverpool gig, you got to see Elliot Steele. Make sure you follow him on all his social medias and stuff. He's you know him from the podcast if you know G. He jumped on stage, and then in the evening we went to Hot Water because Milo was on. This was like fucking talking with Power Rangers. He is very camp. No, we assembled.
Aye.
We assembled, and there was the four of us, a couple of other people that we know very well from Hot Water staff and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Hot Water, the comedy club,
Aye.
and we're drinking around, right? And the plan was in my head that we'll go to NQ64 after we've had a drink with Milo after his show, and we'll play some arcade games. Now, if you've been to NQ64, you'll know it's trippy as fuck. There's loads of like old school arcade games, but every single wall, every ceiling, every pipe, every cistern, every surface is graffitied in like bright colours.
Neon, bright.
Neon spray paint.
Aye, but like of like Bowser and Yoshi, and then like bits of
sometimes
art,
like
and
planets and Saturn and...
Aye. It's very cool.
And there's just constantly sensory overload of things to look at. The music's always belter. Pinball's just fucking like I've never been in that environment on acid before, right?
Right.
And I had the opportunity of acid, but it's like 1 a.m. Probably a bad idea at this point. But I know NQ64 in Edinburgh to be open till 3.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, it's gonna kick in. I'm gonna get a good couple hours.
You said 1. That's not when you took it.
No, that's when I took it. I kicked in a bit later.
You took it later than 1.
I was looking at my watch. I remember seeing me watch like 1:26, and I was like, it's got to be about 20 minutes before it kicks in. And now it's going to be about 45.
No,
so
I think that was the mushrooms, because we both did mushroom powder at around about 1.
Yeah, we've done that much earlier. You think I've got my times all wrong?
I do.
So, but anyway, regardless of times, I come back in. Right, I'd been outside when I put this tab underneath me tongue. Actually, I still find it weird saying tab because tab means cigarette in Newcastle, and
you wouldn't put those under your tongues.
Nah, different.
Unless you're into it.
Don't bomb baggy.
Nah, don't do that.
So I put the acid tab under my tongue, left it there for a minute, chewed it up, swallowed it, right. And then, even though it's going to take a little while to kick in, I start getting a little bit like nervous. That like I'm about to you're cranking up a roller coaster, you're about to get off the other end, there's no return, right? And I'm like a bit droothy, and I go back in to get me pint, and Elliot Steele had finished my pint while I've been outside.
Aye.
And the bar was shut.
Good boy.
So process this. I've just took acid and discovered me night's over.
Yeah.
Because I'm going like, let's go to NQ64, then my pint's finished. And you were like, it shuts at 2, and it was like 1:30 at this point.
I mean,
and it would have took like 15 minutes to get there.
Aye.
And I'm like, fuck. And you didn't know this until I went, I just took acid. Like, why would you do that? I'm like, oh, because I still had a pint. We're going to NQ64. The night is still...
Acid lasts for fucking hours. Even if NQ64 was open, it's not open till 9 a.m.
Yeah, sorry, I keep tapping my cable off this. Sorry about that noise there.
No, I mean, I don't.
So it was still a bad idea. But look, I just embraced it, right? We went back to the hotel. We watched Norm Macdonald and Jerry Seinfeld and comedians in cars getting coffee. And fucking, that was just great to watch because just my visuals are class. Right? And then we watched the football
The highlights are.
And I had to keep asking you, like, do you see this? Do you see that? Is the telly blaring in this way? Because my visuals were changing, but me control was very much the same. I'd had a couple of drinks, so I was a bit tipsy, but it didn't add to me like motor skills or my ability to process my thoughts. It just changed the input I was getting. And then
just visuals.
So I just visuals. And I went downstairs when you guys went to bed. I went down in the lift, and
Actually, no, you didn't go. This is the fun bit, that you fell out of a window.
no. It was just the visuals. I went down a really fast lift.
No, I mean
the lift really plummeted. It was glass.
Yeah. And for some reason, I got up from my belly. It's weird that they just changed the gravity at some point. I assumed it was the one from the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Which mad that he got rich off of chocolate when he had one of those in his fucking thing.
He had what? He had a lift. He had a magic elevator.
A magic elevator that defied gravity in every single direction. Right during the fucking. I mean, don't know where it was said, but it was at least after World War.
I open with that.
Aye, that's why you selling chocolate, motherfucker. What's this?
Don't open with a waterfalls of chocolate. Open with a big fuck off rocket lift.
Why are you selling chocolate? You can get to the moon. You can colonize another fucking planet. You've got space travel. You beat the Russians.
I get it. You can't trap children with a lift, can you?
Well, I mean,
you probably could.
Aye.
Oh, come see me magic lift. It's not the same as like, yeah, come and see all me chocolate fountains. Maybe it is. I don't know.
Do you reckon the Oompa Loompas are like a race of people, or do you reckon he made them?
Or they're like an abomination.
Aye.
Or the Wonka's monsters.
Yeah, like did he create them? Or
did he bring them to sentient life within the realm, or did he breed them? That would be worse.
It's all evil.
If he designed them like in a lab and built them, right? Is that worse than if he breeded them in captivity for slavery?
No, the second one's worse.
The second one, breeding them in captivity for slavery, is worse than like bringing them into sentient life from nothing.
Yeah. Yes, definitely way worse. Like, you can't take an already formed life, take away a bunch of its rights, and then dehumanize it to the point.
But can you create abomination with no rights?
Yeah, because I don't know why you're trying to be like.
Because all life would be valued as equal, right?
No, I'm not. Fuck off. This isn't Tennessee. What are you talking about?
No, but if you create a life and it is life, then you can't just treat that one like shit.
Yes, you absolutely
this one's breeded in.
It's a different type of life. They were people before, and if I've invented this life, we don't know what type of life it is. I might have made it from some other sort of.
So hold on, if you like harmed Dolly the sheep, that wouldn't be cruelty to animals.
It would be cruelty to animals. It wouldn't be cruelty to human beings, and would never be punished. The shit.
No, but if you cloned a human, you couldn't be cruel to them because they're not the same.
I think you could. Like, I mean, we'd have to do that. That's not what we're at here. He's not making clones. He's making small things, right? And you've already said on this fucking podcast that we're all bionic for some reason. We're all half robot. So in that theory, it's half of that as well.
Bionic Oompa Loompa.
Bionic Oompa Loompa. If he's created them for the purpose of building chocolate, then that's definitely it's still evil. But it's not as evil as, you're a bunch of people, I'm going to capture you all, I'm going to turn you all into slaves, and I'm going to make you reproduce so you can run my chocolate factory. That's like the top scale evil. And the best case scenario is like maybe they're from another planet, and in his fucking big magical time, but fucking hell, maybe he was the Time Lord, because doesn't the fucking Doctor Who travel around in a big box? I mean, it's a disguise.
Do you think that's a TARDIS? Do you think that elevator has a giant TARDIS?
Maybe it is. So maybe Willy Wonka is actually Doctor Who, and he's just got bored for a bit. But what he's done is he's gone to another planet inhabited by Oompa Loompas, right? Tried to save the planet. None of that went well. He managed to save like 50 of them, and they were like, "Look, we've got nothing else. We'll just come with you." And then he goes down to planet Earth, and he can't have them out in the wild because he knows what human beings are like. So he just starts. Turns out they're mad into making chocolate, and they're like, our way of repaying you for keeping us alive is to make you the world's best chocolate. That's the best case scenario. And
do you think, when they sing songs, do you think that's all choreographed? Do you think
maybe that's the songs of their home planet?
Do you think Willy Wonka is like, look, don't take this the wrong way, I know I've called you Oompa Loompas because I didn't know what to name you, but will you sing this Oompa Loompa song that I wrote? Where you're like, Oompa Loompa, doopity doo, and these little guys are just like, it's kind of degrading. Do I have to?
And he's like, "Oh, I did. Yeah, I did save all of your lives. So,
But now you want us to? Do I have to wear?
no, I mean, you don't have to. You don't have to do anything. Like I saved your lives. You can do whatever you want. You've got freedom, whatever. But I'm just saying, as someone that saved your life, it would be nice if you.
Just because me and Steve, we don't dress the same, we don't look the same, but you've got like wearing the same outfit and the same face paint and the same hair, and he's like,
Yeah, but think of it like a dance troupe sort of thing.
He's
like
he's a bit more of a goth, you know, and I'm like a bit chavvy.
This is a place of work though, and you are here twice. So this is the uniform.
Work insinuates I get paid, or do we get money?
The saving the life thing, like it's only been a couple of years.
So
and you live for.
So
a very
if I
long
don't do it, will you take my life?
No. I'm just saying it will be written down somewhere.
So if I just go off and live my life and get a normal job,
good luck in the outside world. I've not told anyone about you,
I won't always dress like this.
but you'll always be that height and that colour. And you don't know that about this planet, but we do not like different colours down here. We do not like them at all.
And being heightist is one of the last ones left. That you're still allowed to be heightist.
Man, somebody, you are like you come from a planet that's all you make chocolate. It's all very happy. You don't know what a child is. Not only that, in fact, you do. You've seen them. I've brought them around the place. But because I've kept you in this sheltered life, you know you look kind of similar to children. But you've got no idea what paedophiles are. And let me tell you, I don't know what the greatest predator on your planet is. Right?
Oh, so they get propaganda fed into it. Well, it's not propaganda fed. That is what's going to happen to them. Propaganda, but that's myth of paedophiles.
God, is that worse than a flat earther? A paedophile denier? I just don't think it happens. I just don't think it happens.
I've never seen it.
Never seen it, never done it. Oh yeah, look, you can prove anything with like pictures. Photoshop's amazing.
What's your source?
Yeah, nah, I don't buy it. It's just too icky for me. I just don't. Just so naive. It's just who would do that? Who would do that? I don't think anyone would do that. Yuck. Kids.
Ugh. Not even sexy.
Yeah. What would be the point?
Who's that for?
Yeah, come on, be reasonable. Kids don't have tits.
Alright, then I'll sing the Oompa Loompa song. I'll fucking save the chocolate and that, like, fucking
and this time with feeling.
But
he is a beast, though. That's
who? Charlie? Not Charlie. Not
no,
Charlie.
Not Charlie.
He is. I was victim blaming there.
Aye, William Wonka, Bill Wonka at his old age.
Bill
Wonka,
Liam Wonka.
Aye, raging that Liam's short for William.
Aye,
gross. It's like saying that Roy's short for Troy.
No,
it's not.
No, you just cut it off the end. Drew.
Anyone called bleh. Topher. Topher's the worst.
I used to love Shale Sonnen's name, Shale. I thought that was a really good name. It's Michael, mate.
No.
It's Michael Sonnen. Michael Sonnen. Shale.
Oh, gross.
It's upsetting, that, isn't it? I'm sorry, mate. I'm sorry to bring this news to you.
Wait, Neil's not short for... Oh, no. Daniel.
Daniel.
Niall.
So I went down in the lift, and it was mirrored. It was like a 4 mirrored lift. Mm-hmm. Fucking what about that? You know what? Like it's kind of creepy to look at your own face when you're on acid.
No, you know how we feel. Oh, you mean
when
everyone?
I'm on acid.
Not you meant the royal you, I see.
Yes,
not the royal you.
But what do you mean by you don't like looking at my face? It's a very kind face. Kind ugly.
You have a kind face and you have a mighty dog. That's the way we'll phrase both of those things. And that should be the name of this episode.
Kind face, mighty dog.
Aye.
Not bionic Oompa Loompa.
I mean, maybe, but bionic Loompa Loompa.
Loompa Loompa. Is that the Pro Evolution version?
But bionic Oompa Loompa does it sounds like a Noel Fielding bit.
Yes, that is true.
And
Now.
nothing against no fielding, but also nothing for them.
But also do not emulate.
Yeah, like I've got nothing against the band, but I'm not. I'm sure some people enjoyed my English.
He done a good job of making everybody random. In the randomness, settle down into pattern. So like to be random, people would be like rainbows and unicorns, and then it'd become less random because everyone was saying rainbows and unicorns, and there was like a go-to random bit.
Yeah.
So like being ultimately random made you step in line with a whole queue of muggles.
There was also the anything ninja. I did this thing on the
Ninja.
train, and I was like some sort of train loon ninja, or I was like some sort of railway ninja.
And also like mixing like an emotion with a drink. Oh, it just tasted of like gin and regret.
Oh, aye.
Like that sort of randomness.
Yeah. Very like Mad Libs randomness.
It was colour by numbers randomness came off the back
of him. Not what he was doing.
No, he was being random.
No, he was. No fielding with this. I understand this is not criticism.
He was legitimately being random.
He was.
And then everyone went, ooh, that's what random looks like.
Aye. And then Russell Brand was like, oh, look, I kind of invented it too. And you're like, I don't think you did. I think you just kind of took that like you take most things that people don't want to give you.
Such as...
Nope.
Nope means nope. I was going down in the lift.
Aye.
And I was looking at my old face. And I don't know if it was the acid speaking, but I looked very old.
Yeah. Oh, well, okay.
I looked really old in the mirror.
I mean, it's a combination of both the acid and...
My face was contorting. I think like every like little line in my face, the laughter lines and smile lines and frown lines and all the lines that are the doorpost of my life.
Mm-hmm. And all the lines that you've taken.
And every line I've taken, every cigarette I've ever smoked.
Yeah.
Just exaggerated.
Jesus Christ, how long are your fucking eyebrows?
Oh, they've grown back.
I mean, the whole thing's with the... Jesus, those are horrendously long.
Aye, I'll sort that out. Sorry, mate.
You look like a fucking mythical woodland creature in like Narnia. Or something. Like that is like a Gringotts bank.
Do I look like I've got wisdom?
Aye, but only in your eyebrows. I didn't know they could do that. They could ever grow that long.
I like the barbers that like have a pop at them.
They'd have to.
The ones that
I've never known it to be an option. Of course they're doing that. I'm like, Jesus Christ, man, this isn't technically what I'm trying to do, but it's in my domain, and if I weren't to get rid of this.
The last time I went to the barbers, they didn't sort my eyebrows out. They just give us an estimate. They can come back tomorrow. We'll have the scaffolding.
That is. Because I get some really long nose hair sometimes, and I think nose hairs are the worst in the fucking...
I've been keeping on top of them, your nose hairs.
I have. Cara got me a real good nose hair trimmer for me Christmas, and it's one of the greatest presents I've ever been gifted. I just hate nose hair. I know it's got purposes, but not at that length. And if they can't control themselves, I'll just chop them all down.
Aye.
Have you ever done the fucking fire up the nose one that they want to do, the Turkish part?
Aye, where they get like the cotton bud on fire and they pat it.
Aye. Have you done it?
Yeah.
Aye,
they do the ears. Nah, it doesn't hurt. Just gets the like kind of bum fluff off the inside of the ears and stuff.
Maybe I should do that, because I fucking... Oh.
Aye,
Jim Owen used to have a very good joke, which is, do you know that your nose hair, the longest hair in the human body is the nose hair, and it's connected to the arsehole, and that's why when you pull it you go, oh.
I saw a sketch, and I think it was Hale and Pace.
Who?
Remember Hale and Pace?
No.
Oh, it's from my childhood. It's just two blokes that did sketches. Probably, if you look back at it now, probably problematic.
Right.
You know, a 90s sketch show.
Right.
There's probably a reason that it isn't all our like streaming channels now, is that there was a couple of sketches where they were like, oh. But one of the sketches I really remember, and it might not have been Hale and Pace, somebody can correct us in the comments, right? But he started pulling nose hair, He was pulling it, and it was really like making his eyes water. He was pulling it, and it was getting further but not coming out. And then it done like his point of view cam shot of him pulling it out, and it landed in the sink with his brain and his spinal column attached to it. He absolutely fatalityed himself. And, I think it was Hale and Pace.
I can't. I've never heard of them. Were they Geordie?
Well, Hale and Pace done the original. You're never gonna get this song out of your head, out of your head, out of your head. So they done like a sketch that was you're never gonna get this song out of your head, and then fucking obviously
That's not the song.
and then obviously Joey Pasquale nicked it and done the I know a song that'll get on your nerves, get on your nerves, get on your nerves. Is that one?
Oh yeah, Joe Pasquale is a fucking joke thief. I forgot that.
Mm-hmm. There's a really, really good Stuart Lee clip about him stealing a joke from Michael Redmond. It's a long routine about Joey Pasquale not having the abilities to create the joke that he stole, and it's really worth people looking up. If just type in Stuart Lee Joey Pasquale, it's very funny.
Are you calling him Joey Pasquale?
Is that not what it is?
No, Joe.
Do you call him Joseph Pasquale?
No, no, Joe Pasquale.
Joey.
No,
It's definitely Joey.
It's definitely Joe.
Shush now.
It's not Joey.
Shut up now.
It's not Joey.
I like it now. Pally with Joe Pasquale.
Let me Google it.
It's Joey. Surely. Who else have I been doing this with?
Joe Pasquale.
No one calls him
Joseph
Joey.
Ellis Pasquale.
Where's a picture of him topless there?
Aye.
Why is there a topless picture of Pasquale? Fucking he's hench.
So he is.
Cunt's ripped. I take back everything I said. He's a fucking savage.
It's because he's no. It's because he's had a shit career. He needs to make more jokes without any consequences. So he's just getting hench so he can
Fucking hell!
beat up Lucy Porter and get her jokes.
I've just wound up the wrong motherfucker.
I was on a panel show with him once.
Oh yeah?
Aye.
What was that?
Comedy World Cup. It was me, Joe Pasquale.
You call him Pasquale?
Well, I was doing what you did, the opposite of Joey Pasquale. Me, Joey Pescatoni, Oma Jalili against Jameson Manford, Sean Walsh, and the Chuckle Brothers with David Tennant as host.
Wow.
Aye.
Sausage Fest, but
Aye.
different time back then?
Nope.
It was last week.
Yeah. No, it's still the same now.
Chuckle Brothers, one of them's bit the dust, haven't they?
Yep. And the other one's still alive, which means medically that he didn't ever love him.
Oh, because they're meant to die.
Yeah,
are they twins, are they? Are they Chuckle twins?
Are they twins?
I've got a feeling Barry's older.
Oh, maybe.
That made us laugh that the UKIP, the head of UKIP and Blythe during the election previous to 2019, 2015, 16, was called Barry Elliott. All right, there's a fucking MP named after a Chuckle brother. To me, to UKIP.
Oh no, you're right. They were different ages.
Do they have any other siblings? Is there anyone that they're just fucking left out of their fold? Is there like?
There's a third.
Is there like
brother.
is there a Keith Chuckle who's like a Wayne Lineker?
He's the twin of the other one. Oh, here we go.
There's a twin of the other one.
Patton brothers. No, maybe that's on the other side.
Hold on, one of the Chuckle brothers has got a twin.
No, I was doing a bit there. You
Oh right, fucking hell. Did he do a look to the camera?
No.
You did a look to the camera.
Didn't.
You got to stop doing that. What did you discover?
Oh, I couldn't be asked anymore. It was too confusing. They were just giving me the names of all their spouses and their partners, and I couldn't be asked going through the family tree for the research. I wanted to talk about twins and how I think we should kill most of them. I've started watching Instagram Reels when I'm bored, and
He's creeped out by them.
I did not think I had a problem with twins.
I bet you there's a name for a phobia of twins.
Rationality.
So
it's an accident in nature, man. And like on Instagram Reels, I'm probably getting the worst twins out there, but it's like twins that are just like creepy, pale faced, right? And they're like brothers, and they're trying to do like comedy sketches together. And there's loads of these, by the way. Right, I can't remember the name of any of them because I keep like going like not interested because I don't want to see that in my fucking feed.
Aye.
Because it's gross. But I've seen more than 4 twins with Instagram accounts that are like Instagram twinfluencers.
Twinfluencers?
That's what they call themselves.
Oh, gross.
Aha.
That's
And-
worse than termites.
And I've decided that we don't have to kill them all, but they do need to be tagged and studied because there's something not...
Keep an eye on them.
Keep an eye on them. The same way we do with like endangered animals, right? That's what we'll tell them. That's how we'll spin it to them. We'll be like, oh, it's because you're so rare and we want to take extra super special care of you. I was like, it's because you can do crimes. I've seen the Prestige. I know what you're capable
And
of.
do you think like the telepathic link between them is just a little bit alien?
Absolutely. I reckon you get one twin in one room. I just feel like I sound like a Nazi scientist.
No. You sound like a Hydra scientist. You sound like Hydra.
Why? The Nazis are worse than Hydra.
But Hydra were doing it based on special abilities, weren't they? So.
Oh, yeah, I guess. Yeah. Aye. Oh, thanks for saving me there. The good old, then I'm happy to continue as this as a Hydra scientist because that's less sad. But I reckon if you stab one in the arm in one room, the other one in the other room can tell you where it was stabbed. And I reckon if you blow one of them, the other one comes.
Oh, they're fucking... it's come full circle. The string theory cock twins.
Oh, hey.
It's string theory.
But honestly, I do think though.
So is this just from like you watched The Shining and you were a bit creeped out by it, and now all twins are creepy?
Have you met twins?
Yeah, me friend, one of Natalie's childhood friends, who's now our friend, would discuss this.
Wait, you can be unidentical twins. I accept that.
Has twin boys who are unidentical,
That's-
and they both support different football teams and fucking
fine. Individuals. That's
and
you met identical twins.
I'm sure I have, but could I? Did I get close to them? No.
No, why would you? Because there's two. You
Oh
can't get close to
wait!
them.
I have. I watched a fantastic double act in Australia. They were fucking mint. They went on together and they've done like set up punchlines between each other. Have you seen them before?
Don't think so.
Does it ring a bell?
Rings a bell, but I think there's like 2 twins in Australia, and there's in that or
Yeah, that's how it
American
works.
twins brothers.
They come in twos.
2 sets you'd have cunt.
2 sets.
And there's another twin where there's at least one set of twin comedians in America. I can't remember what they're called though. Sorry. I can't remember what they're called though. The Sklar brothers. And then there's those twins that were in the 21 Jump Street movies as well. I just don't trust any of them.
What was that? We met them twins that come to the shows in Coventry.
Weirdos.
Huh?
Weirdos.
They were kind of odd, weren't they?
Not kind of. They were fucking weirdos.
And I mean, they might listen to the podcast. They were fans of our work.
But
And
man, if they don't know they're weirdos or that they were,
was that
they're
just
older
us
now.
though? Were they weirdos?
Yes.
Or were we just creeped out by them?
Both is their responsibility. They're This is the thing, man. Like identical twins, they're not natural.
Find out what the name for the phobia of twins is. It's surely got a name.
Fear.
And does it extend to you for triplets, or is it just twins?
I don't know. I've not seen any triplet fluencers. Maybe that's because it doesn't scan. Halfyphobia.
Halfyphobia?
Halfy. Oh no! Wait, no.
That can't be it. That's Fear and Natalie.
Halfyphobia is a fear of being touched.
By twins?
No, there you go. Halfyphobia. Fear of twins. There is no fear of twins.
You've coined it? What are you saying?
Tom Arnold has a fear of identical twins.
Who's Tom Arnold?
He's Rosie O'Donnell's ex.
Who's Rosie O'Donnell?
Rosie O'Donnell, fucking from Roseanne. Oh no, Roseanne Barr.
That's Roseanne Barr.
Oh wait, no, in that one then. Oh wait, no, fuck. Was it Rosie? Fuck, it was Tom
Rosie
Arnold.
O'Donnell, was she not like one of the
No, Rosie
dolls on the...
Roseanne
on the
Barr was
barge?
married to Tom
She was
Arnold.
married to Jim. That was Rosie and Jim. Not Rosie and Tom. I don't know who these people are. You're just like, oh, did you know, like, Bob Dunkins is the...
Yeah, Roseanne Barr, sorry, you're right. Roseanne Barr is who Tom Arnold was manager. Roseanne from Roseanne.
Ah, right, okay.
Roseanne fame.
Yeah.
Oh, crunchy back.
Did she do stand-up?
She did.
Was she good?
Like back in the
Did you see
day, she got a TV show of it, so she was probably
So she'd come through the channel to stand-up?
Yeah, I mean that's how all American that's how they all do it. They all become a stand-up, and then the American goes, "Let's write a show with you in it about you with your name on it."
I always found that weird when I started doing stand-up. Is I kept getting pushed to write scripts, and I was like, that's a different thing. I didn't want to do that. I tried a couple of times, but my heart wasn't in it. I like stand-up on stage and performing. I didn't know if it's because I've got aphantasia, but like imagining the scenes isn't fun. Like I can process the scenes as data, and I know what lines are funny, but like I can't really pull a good visual of the scene.
My problem with it is, if I write a joke, I can go on stage tonight and tell that joke and know how it works instantly.
Aye, you don't need to get it past someone.
Aye, there's not somebody who doesn't work in a comedy club being like, I can't let you tell that joke on stage tonight. Oh, can I not even try it? No, sorry.
But I tell you what, like we've come up with a version of this joke that's like we've weakened it.
No, but I'm
we've took the impactful bit out of it because we thought it might be a bit too much for our audience, and we've softened the joke so
but then the
it's more palatable.
Yeah, but then the punchline doesn't make sense because the punchline was in the juxtaposition of the tones.
And you like also have like there's something that happens at the end that's kind of pivotal to that happening. So that needed to be the way it was without being changed. Otherwise, like the dominoes are going in different directions and it won't tip this one later. Oh, so we're gonna have to change that as well then. So we're going to have to totally reroute your whole script. And the new route isn't funny. But we're still going to put your name on it that you wrote it. Is that okay? He has like a fraction of the money that was promised because it's went through a bunch of different people before it got here. Aye. Is that all right? You're like, tell you what, can I just not write scripts?
Can I just go back to do what I'm actually good at? Which is stand-up. Fucking comedy.
Aye.
And even then, sometimes I'm not that great at that. I'm just being modest. I'm very good.
What was the Mitch Hedberg line again? About the if you cook and you like cooking.
Oh yeah.
You learn how to cook. Then someone comes along and is like, "Hey, can you farm?"
Did we finish our stories?
Well, my acid story was just going to end up with me going down in the lift, enjoying the mirror, even though it was kind of freaky. Mm-hmm. It was like I enjoyed it in a weird way, and it's not going to hurt us. Just look into the mirror, just embrace it. Mm-hmm. Like if you let yourself be freaked out, you would freak out.
Yeah.
In a hall of mirrors on acid.
Aye. To kind of just.
But if you just stare at it and then look at it and enjoy it and just watch everything move and accept that everything's moving.
Yeah.
It's grand. And then I just walked down the Mersey and
threw yourself in it.
Fucking look, the tide was out, so I would just splattered off the wet sand, and then the tide would come back in, and I would get wet.
Delayed satisfaction.
If I threw myself off the edge, it would have really hurt because it was quite a drop, and then the tide would have washed in and then got us.
Aye.
And then I would have probably been like starting to sober up.
Like, oh, this is horrible.
So what I'm saying is, the presence of mind to realise that would be shite. It's just nice because just the way the city lights hit the water.
Aye.
And everything just looked glorious, and I was quite content, just like sat watching the river for a bit. It wasn't as bad as like, you go, oh, I took acid, it was a big mistake, the night was over. I just had a different night to the one I was gonna have. It wasn't a big social event, but it was a much better one for a bit of introspection, just chilling out with my own thoughts.
Oh,
you're gonna read out what two shows?
Yep. Ayr, Inverness, St Albans, Guildford. I think most of those are sold out, but go check them anyway. Then Madrid, we've added a show there. I know I made fun of you for ages, you dirty lazy Spaniards. So if you want to prove me wrong, come out and see the show. Then Belgium, Ghent, Antwerp, Brussels, and then 2 shows in Tallinn, Estonia. And also to any American listeners, tell your friends about the upcoming show. Tell them about the podcast. Get them involved. Because if this America tour sells out, I stand to make fucking bags of cash. Stacks and bags of cash.
But it has to sell out.
Doesn't have to sell out.
If it doesn't sell a ticket, you're ready to lose bags of cash.
No,
so let's find a balance, guys.
You can make me. You know, I'm a miserable bastard. If I sell this out, oh boy, I'll be struggling to be a miserable bastard for several years. So, come out and see it. Tell your fucking friends to come buy several tickets, and then I can finally retire at the ripe old age of 31. I wouldn't do that. That's not what will happen. Please come see the shows.
And we'll see the Patreons on Thursday. When
will.
the people who are on the Your Dad tier
Yes.
are going to be granddad soon.
They get the...
Do you want some sparkling water?
No,
Why?
because sparkling water's horrendous. That's not the bit.
Why do you not like sparkling water?
Because it's not enjoyable. Same reason I don't like fizzy air. This isn't the bit. You do this wrong every time. It doesn't scan. It doesn't work. No, we've not done your dad jokes. It's not the end of the podcast.
Have you got your dad jokes?
Yes, it's the why do you insist on? This is right. So I wouldn't let you ruin the start of the fucking show. I wouldn't let you ruin the start of the show with your shitty little jingles. So you're like, I'm going to come from the other end and I'm going to butcher the end of it by getting rid of our normal ending and doing a bit that does not scan.
You should have the bit on while you're doing it. You stop talking when I press it. That's not the bit. That's not the bit. The bit is you get angry and you get
Do
angry.
you have dad jokes?
Your dad got Coke Dick and the wind changed and it stuck like that.
I remember that from the car the other day. Have you honestly not read any?
Nah.
Lazy bastard.
However, back to me dad.
Your dad became a card-carrying member of the KKK because the movie White Men Can't Jump started it. Your dad cannonballs in the shower. Either that or he's holding onto his knees and crying in there for some other reason.
Just caught the end of it.
Your dad did a nude calendar for dogs called Fetching Young Boys. And no matter how many times I explained all dogs are technically naked, he still insisted it be sold as adult content. Your dad charges your mum's vibrator with a giant hamster wheel, as it's the only way of getting out of breath to satisfy your mum that he can think of.
These are good. Why not rate any?
And your dad does a camp voice whenever he phones 999.
Hiya!
Me again! Sorry!
The stripper's not here yet. Well, we'll put this out, shall we?
We?
I'll put it out.
Aye.